It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos. Coming up next.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Carter, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL, a new season. Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from Denver. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
They'll run it with Tony Pollard, and he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Lockett headed in motion. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. The Titans punting unit comes out to the field. And back deep is Marvin Mims. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
Play action now. It's Nix. Open man downfield. That's Ingram. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
That is 2 big pickups to start the drive. 32 on the latest.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got it at the 7. And the Broncos are going to be looking at a 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Here's a run. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Broncos will take a 7-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. A return now from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Titans offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's 1st and 10. That's quickly out to Jefferson. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send Ridley in motion. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send Ridley in motion. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They send Ridley in motion. To the air now on 1st and 10. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Again, they try Pollard. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense about ready to get going on their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Here's Dobbins. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
A tight end in motion now. On the ground, here's Dobbins. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Tavondre Sweat there on the tackle. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get forward for a couple. The linebacker, Cody Barton, in on the tackle. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for third down. Here's Nix to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. That is a gain of 15, halfway there as he's down at the 15.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing. Nix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quarterback just has to get this ball out of his hands. I understand giving your guy a chance to pick up the first down. Let's see if he can get some space downfield past the sticks and put one on him. But once it's clear that's not going to work, this ball either needs to be thrown away, checked down, but you certainly don't want to continue to go backwards.
On 4th down, the veteran Will Lutz for the Broncos field goal. This from 45 yards away. Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get this out wide. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Broncos offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll go play action with Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
This will be returnable from his own 15. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Lockett headed in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Again, it's Pollard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to Lockett outright.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They'll go back to Pollard on first down. There he goes, inside the 30. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. But some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They send Ridley in motion. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Two minutes to play in the first half of a three-point game. Greg and I return to Denver after this. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Got his man at the 6.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
They'll look to throw yet again. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Now back at the 4 for second and goal. They'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Titans. Sly now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Titans are on top. It's 14-10. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He connects with Mims. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, it's Nix. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That one caught Devon Vele. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. To throw is Nix. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air this one out. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Michael.
3rd quarter. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, here's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Nix. That's caught once again by Ingram. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take him down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On the RPO, a pass taken by Ridley. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Now a 3rd and 2. Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read.
sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. Second and 7. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. They send Ridley in motion. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. On the handoff, Pollard. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. And he's in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Titans extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Whoa! A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. Pick up of the 11 yards on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second down. Nix. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing, and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. A gain of 11 on that one. First down for Tennessee.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Up the middle, here comes Pollard. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now, faking the give. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
They'll look to throw again. Out quickly to Lockett. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And that is knocked away, incomplete. Nice play defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now it's Dobbins, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He finds Mims. It's complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A run with Dobbins. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing, Nix. He connects with Mims. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Nix now on 1st and 10. Got it into the hands of Mims. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find...
And he will dive into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins, touchdown Broncos. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, how often do we say it's a 1-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a 1-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
So now a big play here for the Broncos. They're going to line up and go for 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game is tied.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? A good return as he takes it across the 30. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. Third down coming up. They'll look to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
On the ground, it's Pollard. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and that could be it right there. I mean, to set up first and goal with that last pass completion, now they can really take their time. There is an element of working some of this clock down. You know you at least have a field goal try, if not a touchdown. The last piece of the puzzle is just don't give the ball back to your opponent with too much time to go down and answer your score. Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. Pollard. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
There's that man again, another catch. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. On second down, it's Nick's. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Nick's from the gun on 3rd down. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Here's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw is Nick's. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On the bootleg, it's Nick's. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. How about 4 catches on this drive alone? Time to change the defense. This one gets him another first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Back-to-back gains of 10 yards and back-to-back first downs.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nick's. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to even the score late. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. He has Lockett over the middle. Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. 3rd and 3. He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Pollard. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Here's 2nd down. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Kevin Zeitler, the vet, guilty that time. Now, on 2nd and long. Throwing now from the gun. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. As the clock is stopped with 21 seconds to go in the game. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, here's Mims. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Dobbins. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a first throw here in overtime. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
The Broncos bringing out their punter. And he's on for a big one here in overtime. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Titans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. This one finds Lockett down the left side. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
All right, Mike, so think about the spot this defense found themselves in. They know they've got to come up with a stop or a big play somewhere or this game's over. And what do? They go out and get a huge turnover to give their offense the ball and a shot to win this game.
Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This one to win it in overtime. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This one he's gotta have. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So Mile High salutes all around. It's a win for the Broncos. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.